Welcome to the Digital Nomad Experts podcast by Commute. Today we are talking about the funniest questions about digital nomad life that we have found. These are some fun ones. Jeff is in a what do you call it? Slapstick, happy humor. What is the word? I'm saying that wrong. How do you say that, Jeff?
Low brain humor.
We'll call it that.
Low brain activity.
Low brain activity. Jeff's been having a little too much fun in Mexico, and so this is the vibe we're going with today. And we hope you appreciate the range of things. Sometimes we're in serious modes, sometimes we're in career-focused modes, and today we're going the humor route. So, Jeff, you're gonna get some of his raw, rare, sassy answers, I'm thinking. So
it should be fun. I haven't had any mezcal yet, so I'm not gonna be.
Yeah, we're the opposite.
Too dickish.
early morning, Jeff. But They are some fun questions. If you're newer to nomad life or you haven't yet started living a digital nomad life, I think you may actually inadvertently learn a lot about the digital nomad life culture by the humor of these kind of sarcastic questions.
I think you're right.
You will.
It's going to be like little behind the layers, like inside joke types of things that there's even some things in here that I didn't even think of. I'm like, oh, that's so fucking real.
It's real. So you'll get a little taste of kind of like the satire of digital nomad life, which is real. Like there's a lot to be made fun of. There's a lot of amazingness, as we've talked about before, but there's some funny things as well. So you're going to get that today. We'll see how we'll do this. I may just bop through these questions. They're a little bit more rapid fire, quick questions. I might just have Jeff answer them because he's in sassy mode and I'm excited for that. Maybe I'll answer some too. We'll see. But I'm gonna start, Jeff. Are you ready?
Yeah, hit me. Let's go.
All right. Number one. How many coconut drinks does it take before, this is like the center of a lollipop. How many coconut drinks does it take before you're officially a digital nomad?
I feel so exposed. That is so... I don't even think about it. Why do we drink so much fucking coconut water?
Because they're amazing and we don't get to have them at home. I am drinking...
such a digital nomad thing.
I have coconut water here. I am in the US and missing real coconuts. This is real coconut water. It's pink. It's my favorite kind when I'm home. But
we drink... I didn't even think about that. We digital nomads drink so much coconut water. I go... Yeah,
because you can get a real coconut. We can't get that at home.
We got a spot. We share a beer.
Water.
We have like these giant, and there's a system for picking out the right coconut. You know, you got to shake it.
I don't know. What's the system?
Oh, they're all very different. You have to.
I know sometimes you get them and you're like, this is bad. This is not right. How do I know, Jeff? You have to, I didn't know I was going to learn.
Where you go, they've got them in a fridge, right? So they're cold, and you go through. Ideally, they're in a fridge, and you go through and shake every one of them, and you want to pick out the one that's absolutely the heaviest. Because some are like 1/3 the amount of water as the other ones. The range is incredible. You want to get the really full ones, because those ones, for whatever reason, they taste better, and they've got a lot more coconut water in them.
I never know how much. I just thought it was like a wild
picking an avocado.
See what you get.
Wow. It's like picking an avocado. You got to go through them all and touch every one of them and put your germs on them and then pick the ones that's best for you.
I always think about this. Reminds me, have you ever heard with watermelons, you can tap them? You kind of slap a watermelon in a certain spot you can hear, but I don't actually know what I'm looking for, but every time I pick out a watermelon,
you do it anyway.
I just gotta do it. I'm like,
it's like stud finder on the wall.
Yes, it feels that. But wow, okay. Am I even a digital nomad that I didn't know to find the heaviest one? I feel.
Yeah, that's really surprising. I'm gonna revoke your license.
But actually, you know what? I'm gonna give a little credit to myself where I say I'm mostly not buying them in a store where I can choose. It's like someone's chopping it down from a tree, or I go to a stand where they just give me one.
Yeah.
So
You're just.
Am I more of a digital nomad than you? I'm not getting them from grocery stores.
Well, it's just the esquina. It's like the corner market where this is the most local thing you could do. Everyone just sits on the concrete steps and drinks coconut water and beer. We'll share beer together. It's kind of like high school. There's nowhere. Where do you meet up? I go to the corner. And then it's just like this tiny little tienda with this lady that runs it. And you go into the back. She's got all of the fresh coconuts in the fridge. And you see people just shaking coconuts back there after sunset. Everyone's just shaking coconut in a race to get the very best coconut. And sit on these uncomfortable steps, drink beer, and eat tacos that come by and drink coconut water. But it's got to be it's definitely a digital nomad thing, because it's tropical regions, right? And that's what you do. You drink coconuts because they're there, and you're like, wow, this is such a good drink. This feels, after playing volleyball or something like that, Nothing hits better than a coconut water.
They're so much better. Ironically, so I worked at Pepsi in the beverage industry.
I thought you said erotically. I was like, what are you doing with your coconuts?
This episode's going south.
Erotically? What?
I can't.
Did not see that coming.
I can't continue on.
Do not
Ironically.
use your coconuts for erotic if you want. I don't know. Who am I to judge?
Crying now. Ironically. I wish it was erotically. That would be more fun.
Erotically.
I was saying ironically. I don't know if it's not even really ironic. I used to work at Pepsi in the beverage industry where Gatorade was one of our brands. But when I was like working on our innovation team for a little bit and learned that coconut water is like the best. It's like natural Gatorade. It has natural electrolytes, nothing fake in there. It's not all this added sugar. So coconut water is like amazing for you. And it's like nature's Gatorade. So yes, of course, drink it during volleyball. I would get a bunch when I was surfing in Costa Rica. I really just want to, I drink it all the time now. It's like what I live off of. But all right, well, that was a lot of time on coconut water. Who knew?
I didn't know we'd spend so much time on coconuts.
I thought it was going to be like 10
Erotic
seconds.
coconuts.
I also didn't know we'd get erotic coconuts. It's new theme of the episode. But also, I've already gotten enough value out of this episode, so hopefully you have too. I've learned how to pick a coconut. All right, number 2, Jeff. If you don't Instagram your laptop at the beach, are you even really working? I try not to do that, but we are all so guilty of that. Maybe not all of us, but some more than others. I feel like you never do that.
My view today is like this, and it's like
you had one of those.
Flex. I had one because it was like, whoa,
it's so pretty.
Yeah, but the whole theme of you got to get your laptop in there and show the. I get it. I mean, this is kind of why we're digital nomads. You want to work with a view and everything. But goddamn, that's got to be played out, right? Some people are obnoxious about it, and they're like, my view today. And they're like influencer style, like way overproduced and shit. It's like, all right, I don't want to be associated with that. That's too much.
Yeah, they're tricky. The irony of that, if you're not yet a digital nomad and you see all the beachy pictures of someone like working in the sun from this in a hammock, like
it's terrible.
You can't work in the sun. Your computer will heat up the same way like your iPhone. Let me see.
Working inside where it's comfortable, where there's power outlets, where there's no heat. Like
your computer will fry in the sun. Like you can't see your screen. You start melting because you get so hot in the sun as well. So it's
an early digital nomad move. You don't do it.
And I would say every now and then, like I actually do try to just to show what we. Sometimes I'm working like in the shade a little bit back with the view, but you can't take a picture of it well. So sometimes like I will do it for you guys to try to be like, all right, let me go out of my way. I think it's a pain in the ass. I hate doing it to like put my laptop here, take a picture because like we need the pictures to share. I'm like, because this really is what life is. But we're working like 10 feet back in the shade, and it's actually really hard to get those pictures and do them well. And I hate trying. So if you do have them ever from me, know that I went on my way to do it for you guys. and
then I immediately went back to the shade
and then I'm sweating. Even though I love some sun, but not while I'm working. I feel like it takes the perfect location and the perfect day where it's like not too sunny, not too hot, but like nice enough to be outside that you're not like cold or hot and working in the sun that's not too sunny. Like it takes it's like 1 in 100 days that you maybe can actually work outside. I don't know, in a normal setting. All right. With that, number 3, Jeff, what's the digital nomad equivalent of getting stuck in traffic?
I guess like bumping into a fellow digital nomad on the way to the table. Wait. Power outlets taken. If you're working with other digital nomads in a shared space and somebody's taken all the power outlets, or they've taken like all the table space, you have to work from the couch.
That's a good one. Okay.
That's it. I mean, that's it, right? And then you're like at that moment like, God damn it, all the spots are taken, and then you're like, just walked downstairs to the couch. Like that's not too bad. used to be put on a suit and get on a bus for an hour and a half, and now I'm complaining about like, I have to work from the couch. And I have to share a power outlet or something.
Can't find a plug. Or it's full, or the tables aren't right. You can't find a place.
Children screaming, maybe.
Yeah, that's a good one. Sometimes you like, get to a cafe and it's just the vibe's off, or like they're closed that day, or they're, I don't know, some things you just can't find the right seat. You got to go to the next one, or if you're in a new place, they don't have Wi-Fi. I don't know. Yeah, that's a fair one. It does take time. I feel like when you're going to a cafe and that's why I like to work from home. It's just, I'm like, let me just have no variables. I'm gonna get stuff done. But it does take time sometimes. Like get there, place your order, figure it out, do all the things. It's a real thing. So build in some extra time for your table traffic if you're going to cafes. All right, number 4. Right? I think so. I was going to say every now and then, really I'm thinking about Bali specifically because you ride a scooter everywhere around there, but the traffic there in Canggu specifically is insane now. So sometimes you do hit like scooter traffic through the rice fields or across, but you also don't have to. Like you can work from home, but if you're trying to get to some cool cafe or whatever, you actually might hit a little actual scooter traffic. That's really the only place. Everywhere else we just walk and work from home, work from nearby.
Not too tough.
This is better than my hour and a half commute each way when I worked at Pepsi.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, number 4. Jeff, does Wi-Fi anxiety officially count as a medical condition yet for digital nomads?
For some more than others. You know, we've all got that friend that freaks out with bad Wi-Fi. It's usually somebody that's got a lot of calls, right? And they're like, oh, Sam was a good example. Where were we? Somewhere in Mexico, San Miguel. And the power, I think the internet went out or the power went out. And she's like, I'm getting fired today. Oh my God, I'm going to get fired. I'm going to get fired. And she's like tethering to her phone because she had to have a meeting. And yeah, there's always that friend that has like extreme Wi-Fi anxiety. Another one, I've got a friend here and she's looking for a new place. I'm like, the spot that I'm staying in is great. And she's like, how's the Wi-Fi? I'm like, well, it's like 35 down, which is totally fine. 35 down is way more than enough. That's not good enough. I'm like, what? What are you downloading the internet? What are you doing? Why do you need more than 35 down? I've got calls. They need to be stable. Like, how do you not have a stable call at 35? That's wild. So yeah, they're out there. I'm not one now. I think I'm pretty low internet at this point because I've got like a call with you and then that's it. A couple calls with you a week and it's like, all right, if it goes down, just move the laptop a little closer to the router or something, then it's fine. But like, yeah. I don't know. It's not so much of an issue for me at this point, but I remember being there. It's kind of uncomfortable moments.
I would have it every now and then, not anytime, but we used to do, like, when I do live webinars, maybe there's, like, hundreds of people joining and relying on me, and if I'm in a weird place, I'm like, oh, fuck, like, I gotta make sure this is working. Like, for some big stuff like that, and for my calls now, I feel like there's always phone service backup. Like, I can do that for clients and whatever, and talking to you, but, yeah, so I don't really have it unless I'm doing, like, a big event where, like, a lot of people are relying on me, which is, like, rightfully so, I feel.
Same. Yeah, you should be responsible.
Yeah, rational. We have rational Wi-Fi concerns when needed.
Exactly.
But it is a medical. I think it could be counted as a medical condition for some people. All right, number 5. This one's real. Is accidentally speaking to your barista. Can't say. Let me start that one over. Hussein. I can't read today. Okay. Is accidentally speaking to your barista in the wrong language a digital nomad rite of passage?
Yeah, because I know I've done it. Actually, it was in Bucharest, and I was trying to learn. I wasn't sure what their familiarity with English was there. So I usually start figuring out like the common phrases when I get to a new unfamiliar place, and I was trying to learn how to order a coffee in Romanian. And what was the greeting? It was like "Bună," I think, is hello.
I can't remember. I used to always know hello and thank you, but I can't.
Bună. Yeah.
Thank you there. I can't remember.
Mulțumesc.
Okay, that's not that one.
So I remember just like enough to get in there, and I started ordering a coffee. He looks at me really confused. He's like, "You want a coffee?" I'm like, "Oh."
Were you trying to speak Romanian?
I was trying. I was trying to speak Romanian.
That was the right language.
Yeah, but it wasn't good enough for him to understand.
Failed at the right language. But I will say for me, Spanish is really only the other language that foreign language that I know other than English. We're not like Diego who speaks 5 languages or all of our European friends put us to shame. But I feel like if I'm not in a Spanish-speaking country, but they don't speak English, my brain immediately goes like, these people aren't speaking English, and so I start speaking Spanish, like no matter where I am. Did you ever do that? Because I feel like Spanish is also your like second language. So I feel like I definitely use the wrong language, and my go-to is just Spanish no matter what country I'm in. So I don't know if it's better that it's not English, but my brain is just like, alert, foreign language, like here's, and it like auto-populates what I do know in a different language, which is Spanish.
I've forgotten when I got home to the States, too. I was like,
speak Spanish.
Gracias. Ah, shit, sorry.
Yeah. I do that as well. Yeah. That's funny. All right, so yes, that's a real thing. Okay, number 6. Is it normal to have more plug adapters than actual belongings?
God. At this point,
Yes.
yeah, because I mean, the MacBooks are taking away all of our goddamn ports. There's
Yeah.
Do you have a USB port anymore? Well, mine's gone. I don't have a USB.
No, I have. You're not gonna be able to see it on video here. I'm like, because it's plugged in, I can't pull it onto the screen. But I have like a little adapter that has the 4 USBs and like 3 things plugged into it. I have to bring
you got the
It's a
multi
pain.
one. I should get the multi one. That's good. I just have the USB one. But I mean, what have they taken from us? They've taken the HDMI port is gone. The USB ports are gone. Do we have an audio jack? I guess there's still is the audio.
Yeah,
thing in there.
mine's plugged in.
That lightning adapter thing, gone. So, yeah, it's just like adapter on adapter on
And I feel like the new phones all have like different things that used to plug in and I don't.
Oh, yeah, and all of a sudden they decided to switch over to the USB-C, so the lightning is worthless at that point. Thanks for that. So,
Yeah.
and that's not even getting to like power adapters and shit. Mm-hmm. So, fortunately, here in Mexico, it's all the same. It's like US. But you go to South Africa, you got to use that giant 3-pronged one.
Yeah.
Which works nowhere else in the world. And then Europe, of course, that's a different one. Argentina, we had a weird one too. Is that European? I don't know.
Do you not have a cube that just like has all of them?
Yeah, I don't have it with me now because I'm only going to be in Mexico. But I've got cubes, but I've lost cubes. So many of these.
I use that even when I'm home. I just like keep it all my stuff is because it has so many USB things on it too. So I just keep it plugged in, and then when I travel, I just bring it everywhere. But we should link. We'll link in the show notes for all of our favorite travel gear that has all our electronics and adapters and all of that. But I have so many. I have this purse that I just since I started traveling like 8-9 years ago, probably even before that. I have this purse that I just always bring. It's like the perfect size. It's just like so durable. And every time I clean it out, I pull out like 7 different pairs of headphones, 4 different adapters. Like there's just so many little things. I just keep adding in different chargers that fit different phones and this and that. There's so many little things. So I would say maybe not actually more than real belongings, but
no,
it's
not
up
more.
there.
But I mean, I get the joke, and it's like, yeah,
it's up
real. It's definitely
real. We got a lot.
Yeah,
this one is, I would say, semi-outdated, which is, I think, an important thing to learn. But the question is, how many travel SIM cards are too many travel SIM cards?
I don't have any anymore.
We got all eSIMs
because
now.
I mean,
my phone doesn't have a place for
eSIM.
SIM cards
I don't even
anymore.
have a place to put it. Yeah, exactly.
But I did
Which
used
is
to.
problematic because I had that phone loss issue.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, I've got my other phone here, which also has an eSIM, just like a backup phone. And I was like, okay, T-Mobile, port it over to my old phone. You know my phone number. You have that phone on record. And couldn't do it because they're like, okay, we're going to text you the verification code. I'm like, did you not listen to me? My phone's gone. I can't get a text. Let me tell you my social,
insane.
my PIN. Oh, no, it only works that way. I'm like, so what's the solution? Go to a T-Mobile store. I'm like, I'm in Mexico. Do you have any in Mexico? No, you can come to Houston. What? So an actual SIM card would have been absolutely fantastic at that point.
Yeah.
But no SIM card.
That's wild. But you could still do an eSIM from,
I could get a different phone number.
It wouldn't be your phone number. Yeah.
It wouldn't be
but
my
you
phone
could at
number,
least have
That
data. Yeah,
would've
but I
sucked,
did prior to eSIMs and having little SIM card place in our phone. I used to have so many, I feel like I would just find them all over in my purse. I would used to store them in the back of I would take off my iPhone case and keep my little eSIMs, and sometimes I would take it out and have just like 5 different 5 different SIM cards from different countries. Always, I would find them everywhere. They're like little, I don't know, like little souvenirs that come from different countries, but a thing of the past. Okay, number 8. What's the etiquette on joining Zoom calls from a hammock? Is swinging considered rude?
Depends on who you're having the Zoom call with. If you're working for a company and you've got employees, yeah, it's really fucking rude. As a matter of fact, when they're freezing in Michigan, you can see the fireplace behind them in the snow. Yeah, it's not great. As a matter of fact, when I had employees that were, stationary, they could have traveled if they wanted to. It's not my fucking problem. But they were back in the
There's
States.
The sass.
And they're like, yeah. But they chose not to travel. Still, I was like, all right, they're my employees. I don't want to rub it in their face. So I'd usually just use the blur background because if I was somewhere tropical, it's like inevitably there's going to be some tropical plants behind you and people are like, oh, are you working or are you on vacation? It's like, God, shut the fuck up. I'm so tired of that conversation.
How do you really feel, Jeff?
It's like, I'm working more hours than you are, and I've got a better view, so just shut up. But yeah, I would try to keep some degree of etiquette just to not rub it in people's faces. Yeah, it was their choice to not travel, and they could have, but like, I don't know. Everybody just assumes that if you're on a beach, someone nice, you're not working. It's just that I don't want to have the conversation.
Yeah. I feel like I've never been on a call with someone swinging.
No,
I think it would make me seasick if someone was doing that on a call. I'd be like, sit still. But not many people. I feel like people don't really work on. I work on a hammock sometimes, actually, in the morning. I do. If I'm like typing up an email or writing things, I will. But for calls, like you can't really place it in a way that you can see your face well. I don't really do calls on hammocks per se, but I do some email writing and some copywriting and whatnot.
Working from a hammock's got to be the least ergonomic option ever. Maybe aside from being in a bathroom. I don't know. Even a bathroom might be more convenient. I don't know.
I like it for some random stuff, just for some little work here and there.
Yeah.
I just feel so like I'm not working, but I'm working because I'm in a hammock. You know, like I don't know.
Yeah.
Feels good sometimes. All right. Next, number 9. Do digital nomads secretly judge each other based on sticker choices on their MacBook? Well, I love that it says MacBook specifically, not even on their computer.
Correct.
That says something about. Also says something about digital nomads.
Always MacBook. Yeah, I do. Well, maybe I don't judge
you
them.
judge
but
people's stickers?
I'm taking in a lot of information about it. Like when I see people's stickers, I'm like, I think you can learn a lot about the stickers they put on their laptop. And usually the people, it's kind of like tattoos for some people. They put it on there. Like I've met this guy. He's like, I don't want any more stickers on this laptop, on my new laptop, because last time it was like outdated stuff. It was like grunge rock from the 2000s. Just didn't age well. You know, stupid shit that doesn't age well. Like you know, you have an idea for a tattoo, and you're like, oh my god, that was so trendy and dumb. And it's stuck on your laptop. But what are some of the like common? Do you have any common themes that you can think of for?
I feel like
stickers?
so many people have co-working spaces. A lot of the co-working spaces or kind of digital nomadic cafes give out stickers. So I feel like those are the most that I see. Maybe like a quote or some words or something. But I would say almost exclusively digital nomads I see have co-working spaces from different countries, and they'll smack them on their laptop.
Yeah, it's a lot of Wi-Fi tribe stickers. I have one of those too. Yeah.
I'm not a sticker laptop person. I feel like I don't know why. It just feels like I'm doing it wrong. I have a case on mine though. Mine's like a flowery case. So I feel like I don't need stickers. It's like a fun phone case, but on my computer because I drop things and my things need to be protected. So it's both pretty and functional, but no stickers. I've never put a sticker on my laptop. I don't think ever.
Yeah, I think I put a Wi-Fi tribe sticker on there, and maybe some other like. Oh yeah, I had a couple brewery stickers on there. Those are kind of cool. Yeah,
I see that.
That's it. This one's staying. This one's virginal though. This one's not getting touched.
Yeah, same. This is nice.
I'm beyond. Right. I moved past the sticker phase.
Yeah, but I feel like it is a very digital nomad thing. Like I don't have friends from home who have stickers on their laptops. It's not really a thing. Maybe some when I used to work at Pepsi. They'd have like Pepsi stickers or things that would be given out from agencies or events and stuff. So maybe a little bit there. Okay, number 10. Do digital nomads ever accidentally celebrate holidays from the wrong country? I feel like this should say like from, does this mean like the country you're in? Like from a different country than your own?
Usually I don't know about it till it's happening. Like everything's closed or all of a sudden you're in Mexico and there's a parade going down the street. It's like, the hell? What is this parade? And then you find out, oh yeah, it's a holiday. You're like, oh, cool. And you go out and just like join the parade and things like that. So yeah, I guess that's accidentally, maybe not accidentally, but like didn't know about it till it's happening. And you're like, cool, let's go.
I think it's one of the funnest parts of travel. I think about so many times I'll be in Bali driving a scooter and there's this parade with all these crazy, like elaborate designs and stuff. And I was like, what's happening? Let me learn. What's this holiday? So I feel like it's a cool way to learn. And I feel like on the flip side, I also often, when I was in a corporate job, having to go into an office and we'd get like Labor Day or Memorial Day or those holidays off. When I'm in a different country and not there, I'm like working. Everyone's like, oh, we don't have work today. I'm like, really? I just forget that those, not like the more, I don't know, not like Thanksgiving and the big holidays like that, but some of those more random ones, I feel like when I'm in a different country, I forget they're happening for sure. All right.
What's next?
Number 11. If you lose your passport, but you still have Wi-Fi password, are you really lost?
Yeah, you're definitely lost. If you lose your passport, you're not leaving until you go to the embassy.
You might not be lost, but you are going nowhere.
You are not going anywhere. You are now stationary for a lot of paperwork. How much time that takes. That is pretty bad. You lose your passport, you're in bad shape.
Ever lost your passport?
No.
I have not either. Knock on wood.
That one I keep like very, very safe. That is amongst the few things where it's like, just need laptop, just need passport, just need credit card. Everything else I can sort out. I can buy all the other shit. You can even buy a laptop. You don't want to, but like, you don't want to lose that one. So yeah, you're not lost, but you're not going anywhere either.
Yeah. I have 2 passports now. I was able to get it, and I like to, like, it gives me a little peace of mind now, because I'm like, you know, should I lose one, which I, knock on wood, hope I never will, but like, I've got another one, so that's nice. All right. Number 12, is forgetting what day it is an essential nomad skill or a reason for concern?
I don't forget what day it is. I never have really anywhere at any point in my life. I think just like the weird...
You need to live a little, Jeff.
I've got an internal clock, I guess, that like just knows what day it is generally. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I need to live a little bit more. I mean, I feel like I
go wild
quite a bit, but I still, I go plenty wild
enough.
But I don't need to go wilder.
I forget what day it is. Maybe I need to change my ways. I almost never know what day it is. It's very common.
No, I think I've just always like had an internal, like at any point in any day, I can almost tell you what time it is within a certain. Okay. I don't know. I've got a weird internal clock that just kind of knows time. I don't know. I don't know why. So
I have the opposite. So I'm glad we do that, but. I live and die by my calendar and my phone. If it wasn't, I wouldn't know what day, what time, what week, what month, what year. I never know. I'm a little out to lunch some days there, but I kind of like it. I feel like I like that I don't have to know, so that's a real thing.
But you're always on time for everything, and you always know what. Yeah, I don't know.
I set a lot. Every day I wake up and I look at my calendar and I literally set alarms loud on my phone so that like 5 minutes before a call, it reminds me, because otherwise I will just not show up. So that's my method. It's the only way. It's the only way I show up.
Yeah, I do need to live by the calendar. That's absolutely true. If I don't have my calendar updated, I've got problems for sure. Yeah,
you do. Sometimes we'll agree on a call and we're like, I'm like, Jeff, where are you? And it's not on our calendar. I know that now, though. Now I know. If I verbally or text agree on call times with you, if there's not a calendar invite, it's like, it's my fault. We're not having a call, so I know now.
You can live and die by the calendar.
Exactly. All right. Number 13, how long before a digital nomad feels personally offended by slow Wi-Fi?
God, I get so angry. It's so unnecessary to have slow Wi-Fi. And today's technology, there's no reason to have slow Wi-Fi. I think you really don't know who somebody is until you make them suffer through slow Wi-Fi. And then you see their real rage and anger come out. Their true colors come out when bad Wi-Fi shows up. Some are worse than others. It's very frustrating because it feels so unnecessary. It feels like an unnecessary friction where you can settle bad Wi-Fi. We've got the technologies for this. We can make this not happen. This doesn't have to be real. You can fix this. And you're not fixing it, so fuck you. What the hell? It's not the post office. Like, be efficient. Get stuff done. There we go.
It is crazy how we just rely on, like, you get used to it being so fast. Think about, I don't know how many years ago, 7 years, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, how slow it was, and it was just what you were used to. And now if anything takes 10 seconds to load, I'm like, what the hell? Like, why is this not happening immediately?
So frustrating. I think we've been acclimated to good Wi-Fi, and when we don't have it, we're like toddlers. We're just so spoiled that it's like, what the fuck? Come on, I need to work here. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. In Sedona the other day, there was a speed of 500 plus. I had never seen that in my whole life. I was like, this is
500?
500.
Well, it's because you're in the vortex. You're in the energy vortex.
That's true.
It's a bonus.
That is, it speeds it up. I love it. All right. Number 14. Is it possible to have remote work-life balance when your office is also your kitchen, your bedroom, and your laundry room?
I think it takes a little bit. I think it takes a little bit of discipline over time. I mean, initially it was very difficult for me to separate these kind of things. Like, I went both directions when I first started. I guess it started working remote, not digital nomad yet. Like, separating was very difficult. I'd have to go to coffee shops to work so I could mentally put myself into work
like
mode.
have separate space.
Yeah, exactly. And then like blending it with real life was like, it was very, very blurry initially. And I remember when I first went remote, I went off the rails. I remember like I blacked out on a Sunday night from drinking too much at a pool and left my phone and wallet at a pool. And it was like 7 a.m. I didn't know where I was. I'm like, I got meetings starting soon. I'm like, all right, Jeff. I always rein myself in. You know, I'll go off and have fun. And I always rein myself in and straighten up and everything. But at that point, I'm like, okay, I have not learned a good balance on how to work remote at all. And I think it is a learning curve. I think some people don't do it well. Some people just don't adjust to. These are the people that need to be in an office. They don't adjust well to it and like separate and shut the laptop and keep it shut. Or a good example, Heather works from bed every day. I think that is the least fucking healthy thing you could possibly do. Working from bed. I mean, I'll do it if I'm really tired. I'm like, okay, I need some. Maybe I'm just going to send out a couple emails. Okay, hop in bed. But working from bed as a practice is so fucking bad. And I see people doing that. And that is...
Is it because you feel like it messes with their sleep? Like there's just no separation
everything.
between you?
Well, I mean, I think it's proven that it messes with your sleep. Like, what is this? You're not supposed to do anything in bed but sleep, right? Like... because you're associating it with other
erotic
things
behaviors also.
Oh yeah. Banging and sleep.
People do
you
say.
Can do from bed. Yeah, exactly. You get two things because otherwise you associate it with other stuff and you won't actually sleep in your bed.
Yeah.
And then also like ergonomically laying down and working is not ideal either. I don't think. I think there's something.
I love a good work from bed every now and then. I don't do it mostly just for
that's not a
But I could
100%.
do it so well. Like if I don't know why I don't do this. Like if in like a guest bed, if I had not my room where I was going to sleep, but just to like go to another bed to work. I sometimes it depends what I'm doing. I feel like I can kind of ergonomically set it up where I like to do it well. I don't know. I feel like even in college, I always loved I would study in my bed. I've just always been be in my room, be in my home, I like to get work done. I've never had a problem with the separation, but I do think there is an issue of just working too much. Like you said, of not having that division where it just feels like, oh, I'll just pop it, just do one more thing. I'll just do this. And it's hard. I think it's different when you are at an office and you shut your laptop and you drive home or get to your place and it feels like what do you call it? Like a ritual, a separation in that. Whereas when you work from home, you can just always keep working. So it is good to have, I like to have kind of like little place, but I also feel like I think after so many years in an office or in a corporate life where I would be exhausted and be like, if I could just take a 30-minute nap or like lay down for a minute, I would work so much better, and I couldn't. Like, we had to sit in our chair at our cubicle and just sort of be. So sometimes if I'm really tired but I have stuff to do, it's like I still feel all these years later like it's such a luxury that I can just lay on my couch, and it might not be the most ergonomic thing, but like it just feels relaxing and I can get things done, and I feel like I've made it. Like, I don't have to be sitting in a desk chair. I can work horizontally if I need or want to, and there's something very nice about that. So it is sometimes hard for the work-life balance, but it's really lovely in other ways.
Yeah, there's something weird about that when you're in an office. Like, you're expected to be upright in front of the computer all day or you're not productive. There's no like go lay down for a while, which makes no fucking sense. Like, biologically you should be doing some of that. You should be walking around, not staring at your computer. It's like, it's not healthy, but people associate, oh, you're not being productive. It's like, yeah, but I need to do that so I can be productive. I could sit here and stare at my computer for the next 4 hours and be unproductive because I haven't rested properly. Or I could go rest for an hour and come back and be productive for 3 hours. It's like, it's just this disconnect. And so being a digital nomad, you're like, oh, God, thank God I can actually do the right things for my body so that I can work efficiently and throughout the day, you know? But yeah, that said, working from bed as a rule, probably not a good idea. So... I'd say, yeah, a treat for sure. Good stuff.
All right. This next one might be for you, Jeff. What's the maximum number of coffee shops you can visit in one day, or one work day, before you are officially procrastinating?
So what that question actually means for the non-digital nomads is you work from coffee shops generally because you want, you're going to meet some other digital nomad friends and you like to work together. Some people like the energy and the vibe of a coffee shop, like the buzz in the background, the noise and the people around you. I like that for a certain amount of time too. And then I like to work from home, kind of like a little bit of a balance, just like change of scenery type of thing. But going from coffee shop to coffee shop can be a little bit of a crutch where you're not feeling productive and you're like, I'm going to go to another coffee shop and I'm going to be productive there. Have another coffee, go to another coffee shop. And all you're doing is like changing scenery and you're never actually getting anything done. So for me, I think anything beyond 2 coffee shops, you're just fucking around and getting coffee from different coffee shops. You're not actually getting any deep work done, and you're just like, you are kind of procrastinating. For me, I work from a coffee shop in the morning, come home, maybe take some lunch, and then go to another coffee shop and finish out the day there if I'm having a coffee shop type of day. But if you're just bouncing around coffee shop to coffee shop, you're just like, what is the puppy dog brain? You're not focusing.
I've never heard that phrase, but...
And you don't work from coffee shops generally too much, right? So you don't bounce around.
I don't really have this, but every now and then I think, like in Playa del Carmen in Mexico, I do that sometimes. Mostly it's to meet up with people and kind of work alongside or just to get a change of scenery. In Bali, I do that. In Copenhagen, Thailand, and Bulgaria, I did. It depends where I am, but I would say 90% of the time 95% of the time I'm working from home, but every now and then I can think about times in Bali where I was like by myself and I would go and just get some like deep work done. And then a friend would text to like, hey, a couple of us are here. So it was kind of a nice, like, okay, I've been here for a couple hours. My brain is tired. Get on my scooter, ride to the next place, go and meet them, get a different scenery. And it kind of refreshes my brain in a way to be able to be productive in the next place. But I can see both. There's other times where it's just like, nothing's working here. Let me try somewhere else. Like nothing's working here either. This is a me problem at that point. So I could go either way. All right, before we hop to the next question, if you are not yet on our email list or you don't yet have a remote job, especially that you would love to do while you travel, if you want to join, go to beachcommute.com/email. We'll link it in the show notes here as well. We send out awesome daily remote job listings only from companies that actually let you work from anywhere. So we take the guesswork out of it. So if you'd love a remote job so you can work from your bed, drink all the coconuts, tap on the coconuts. What else do we have? Work from a hammock, shake the coconuts, swing all you want. If you're ready to join this lifestyle, bop around to the coffee shops as you'd like. Go to beachcommute.com/email. We send out tons of great fully remote job listings. Again, only work from anywhere. Okay, number 16, Jeff. You already mentioned this one a little bit. Our favorite question: do you even work, or are you just on permanent vacation?
God damn it!
How do you feel about this question?
That one is so tired.
Even the question's tired.
It only comes from people that haven't left their hometown. For me, it's when I go home to Rohnert Park, population 60,000, and they just don't get it. Like they don't even get that there are like internet type of jobs, like digital jobs. So it's like, what? So, it was funny. I was actually at that group with the pickleball retirees at this retreat. They've got a retreat. I told you already. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna take a video of this to share with my friends. And he's like, oh, you're gonna put it on the channel? And I'm like, which channel? He's like, that's what you guys do, right? You digital nomads, you put it up on the channel? I'm like, oh boy.
What channel was he even talking about?
That's what I asked him. He's like, you put it up on the channel, right? I'm like, he didn't know. He didn't know what he didn't know. He was just saying put it up somewhere, put it up in the cloud or something. And I'm like, no, that's not what I do. He's like, isn't that what digital nomads do? You put. I'm like, no, I think that's probably what some social media influencer type people do. I don't do any of that. He's like, oh, what do you do? I'm like, oh, consulting, and I help people get jobs, remote jobs. He's like, oh, weird. Some people are beyond help. Some people just don't get it. That's fine. It's not their fault. Like they're typically just not from that world. They're not from the generation. A lot of times they're not from that world, and they've just never seen or heard anything like this. So I assume if you're traveling, how could you possibly be working?
Yeah. You know what's funny? I feel like an older, of like my parents' generation who asked me about it, I feel like are actually more receptive to it than friends like our age, who I feel like they know they know we're doing it, but I feel like they just poke at you of like, oh, like you're actually working, you don't do anything. And it's like, fuck off. Like, yes, I probably work more than you know, not that it matters. Actually, I'd rather work less. I can't wait to get to the day where I'm like, yeah, I am working an hour a week and still making more. I think it should be easier. It should be better. It should be fun. But anyway, I just hate when people like
it's the normies our age. They're on this like righteous pedestal. I go and I work. It's like, okay.
Like we're doing the same thing. I'm just in a place that looks prettier. Like, and I've worked hard to make it that way. I've chosen that way. It was a hard path to get this way. So yeah, I feel like it's like people who want to make you feel bad because they're not living that life. That's my hunch about it.
I think you're probably right.
But there are people who also just genuinely don't understand. But I feel like most people who phrase it in that way, like, do you even work? You're just on permanent vacation. Those are the ones who are like, they wish they were doing it too, and they just haven't. That's my take on it.
I agree with that one. I think that's right.
All right, number 17. How do you get anything done with that view? This is a real question.
My view is inside of an apartment right now, so I mean,
you got some nice windows you're looking at.
I got nice windows. I got palm trees. Actually, I don't know. I think it's
when you do have really nice views. Do you work better or worse?
Better because I'm in a better mindset. Yeah, if I'm working in like a lightless cave, I'm probably going to be more distracted because I'm uncomfortable. If I'm in a really comfortable atmosphere, I'm actually going to work harder because I'm in a better headspace and I feel more relaxed. So I'm not going to sit here just staring at the view. Like I'm just going to be in the peripheral, feeling good about it.
So I didn't used to think I did that. If there was a view, I feel like old me would have said, like, I just work better. It's a beautiful view. I'm happy working because it's so pretty looking out. But I think then I realized, I think after spending so many months in Costa Rica, that when I'm just sitting there looking at the ocean, I just am like, I'm like, oh, it's so pretty, it's so sparkly, like I want to be like, I get distracted by the view now, I guess is what I'm saying. But I think I was telling a friend this the other day, I think my best productivity is when I'm in a place that I don't really love, like, or there's not like a great view, but and I like to work from home, so you could insert cafe, but in a place that has like, I want like an awesome home that doesn't really have much around it in order to work the best. Like if I were to go write a novel, I would be like, put me in a beautiful, modern, awesome, well-lit,
no distractions,
like apartment that doesn't have a distracting view. But mostly I'm always trying to book a place with a view because I like it. But I don't think I necessarily work better. But I do think I work better than being in like a cave or a bad place or a terrible place for sure. So maybe that's my order. It's an interesting learning. Number 18. How do you explain digital nomad to your grandma?
Do you work for the Google? God, I don't know. I don't think I've effectively. I've explained what I do, but not. I think it was harder to explain what I did in the past, like working in digital marketing. Yeah, like explaining how search engine optimization works. I think I did that okay with with the older generations, but it makes a little bit more sense to people now when I say helping people get remote jobs. It's like, oh, okay, that actually makes sense. Explaining the inner workings of Google's algorithm to somebody.
But that's your job specific, but like your ability to work remotely while you travel, how do you explain that?
Oh, yeah, it's simple. I say I work the same hours as a typical person in an office, open up the laptop, and people understand the word Zoom, so I say I have Zoom meetings when I need to, and I'm working independently on the stuff that I do. I just basically tell them it's a normal work week, except I'm in a better place. That's pretty much it. Yeah. How do you feel?
When people start to get curious, this is what people always. I'm always like, oh yeah, I work from anywhere. Like I work while I travel. I always I do it the wrong way, but I'm always like, yeah, I work while I travel. Like wherever I am, I work. And they're like, oh, you have a job that like lets you. They think the job is what takes me to the locations, and then I'm like, working.
Yeah. I get that too.
Like I'm on a work trip, and I'm like, wait, no, just I can work from anywhere. I just work. It's like I'm working from home, but I can be anywhere, and I just work from different countries.
I think I understand the gist of the question a little bit better now too. Yeah, that's what I tell people too. I was like, oh yeah, I started working remote from my home, and then realized, well, why work from my home if I'm going to do the same thing? I'll go work somewhere while traveling, and it's the exact same thing. Like, oh, okay, I get it. So you're working from home from somewhere else, like basically.
Yeah. from different countries. I feel like it still like blows people's mind. Like, you do what? From any?
Well, they
all
understand
these
the concept
countries? And they're so cool. Work from home
people
now.
working from home, because this has been around forever, and they've, inevitably met people that worked from home in the past. I'm like, I'm doing the same thing, but just from different countries. And they're like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah, but it takes like a couple steps for like the cogs to turn.
Yeah.
All right, number 18. What's the weirdest place you've ever taken a Zoom call?
Bathroom. On the toilet,
Have you?
I'd say. Yeah, you haven't? You haven't taken calls in the bathroom?
No, the only call I've done in the bathroom was on a podcast with you because we're in the same apartment and our microphones were echoing in Romania. So I gave you the living room and I was in the bathroom.
It's very generous of you to take the toilet. It really took the hit on that.
Such a generous host.
Yeah. I'll take the bathroom. Yeah, I guess in the bathroom, using the bathroom, I guess it would be the strangest. Anything else? I mean, I've taken calls in strange places for sure, but like not unusual to a digital nomad, in a weird spot where you can get Wi-Fi or at a bar or something like that. It's just like, but nothing like, I wasn't like in a swamp or anything. Like nothing strange really, I don't think. I mean, I know people that like constructed these giant webs of lies about where they were so that their employer didn't know that they're working from a beach, but nothing like that for me.
Yeah, I can't think of anywhere. Again, it might be strange to someone else, but for me, it's just, like on beaches and restaurants, on trains, on boats. I don't know, random places, but it feels normal to me.
Feels normal to me. Yeah, exactly.
I can't think of anywhere that's like, oh my God, that was the strangest thing ever. I can't think of even a possibility of what that would be.
Yeah,
okay. Number 20. How many passport stamps until you run out of pages and panic?
It depends on how they're stamping them. And how many visas?
I feel like a better question would be like, at what point do you panic? Like, how many pages left in your passport empty before you start to panic?
3, 2, 3, something like that. And then you're like, oh boy, running out.
You can't wait till 2. If you don't, these are the weirdest. Okay, I have a bone to pick with passports. There's 2 things. One, if your passport is expiring within 6 months of when you're traveling, a lot of countries won't let you in. So I'm like, why, like, I get the reasoning. They don't want you to like get stuck in that country. But like, if you have an expiration date, it should be the expiration date. That drives me crazy.
Yeah.
And number 2, with the pages, this is why it brought me to this. Some countries also won't let you in if you don't have 2 empty pages.
So dumb. Why?
So I'm like, what's the point of those 2 pages? It drives me insane.
Yeah, exactly.
So I feel like I start panicking if if I was in even 6 empty pages, I would panic. Because sometimes I'm bopping around countries, country after country after country after country, and I could easily fill those pages and then not like get stuck or not be able to get somewhere. So I don't take chances with my empty passport pages. But it seems like you're a little riskier there.
Yeah, but I also go back to the same places a lot. I'm not bopping around a lot and getting a ton of stamps. I've never had a problem getting too many stamps, except for like when you have to get the full page visas, which is really annoying.
Yeah.
That's like, Jesus, there goes up to 6 stamps on one page for a visa it's a stupid visa that we had to get for, what country did we go to?
Bolivia.
No, well, we did have to get one there, but Paraguay, it's like, do I want to waste a whole fucking page for a Paraguay visa?
Vietnam has a whole one. I can't remember what else had one of those.
Yeah, that one's kind of annoying. But yeah, I tend to go back to the same place. Also, I'm seeing more and more in different places. Like, I'm getting fewer and fewer stamps now with the automated system. You just walk through and they take your picture and don't actually stamp your passport.
True.
Kind of liking that.
I can't wait
because
for that.
It's so fast. In
yes,
Mexico,
and then you don't fill out your stamps
anymore. Yeah, every, I don't know, it depends. It feels like a flip of a coin. Sometimes I get to go through the automated machine in Mexico and nothing. You just go right through, don't talk to anybody, takes your picture, lets you through the glass thing. It's like, it's great.
And
no
it's
stamps.
all automated on computers anyway.
It's all automated anyways.
Why are we
the
pretending these stamps matter? Yeah, it makes me angry. I don't want pages anymore. Just give me. It should be like a license, like an ID, and they know my face anyway. They don't need it. We don't need this anymore. Stop making us go through hoops to get new passports. I'm over it.
So inefficient and worthless at this point. All you're doing is scanning the thing and doing the exact same thing, right? Like the stamp itself, it's all in the computer. Yeah. They all have it
because even sometimes if you have different passports, like I travel with friends who have maybe 2 different, like they have a residency or 2 different passports from 2 different countries, and if you scan one, and exit with another, like they still know you're the same person. Like I don't want to pretend we're relying on these passports anymore. I didn't know I cared so much about this. I'm very passionate.
I didn't know that was going to come up either.
All right, last question here, and I'm saving this one because I just heard this in your background. I don't know, maybe if you're listening carefully on this podcast, you might have heard it too. But the question is, Jeff, have you ever had to mute yourself on a call because of a rooster, a goat, or a street parade?
You could hear the rooster?
I heard a little rooster. It was very quiet.
Pretty good. Oh, these goddamn roosters here. If anybody that hasn't been around roosters, I'm sure there's plenty of people who have not, probably in big cities. It's not the morning thing like they show you on TV where they wake you up at sunrise. It's
they also
anytime.
do that.
They do that.
Always.
But they also do it at 2 a.m. And they also do it at 4 a.m. And they also do it at like 4 p.m. They do it whenever the fuck they want to do it.
Do you feel like the roosters are broken? I feel like it used to be.
Yes.
Is it because of the lights? I was that way in Costa Rica when I was in a new place. We're like on a trip within a trip.
Roosters?
I think it has, the same way it's ruined us. And it was like 4 a.m. and these roosters were just going off. And I was like, this rooster is broken. Like, what is happening?
I've got one
the
next to me.
Roosters are broken.
It's 2 a.m. It goes off. And I moved rooms, but I was next to a room that had a window on the back wall next to the rooster. Thing would just blare at 2 a.m. like in high definition straight into my ears. Like,
they're so cute and charming when you first hear it and see it. It's like, oh, this cute little rooster.
So nice and local.
So fun. No, it's real.
It's not
like
cute. It's not charming.
It becomes not cute when it's
obnoxious.
Always there. But I think they are still kind of cool and cute.
I haven't muted because of a rooster. I've muted plenty of times in Mexico because anybody that knows Mexico knows it's just noisy. Mexico's just noisy, especially Mexico City. You've got the trash collection song that's going down. Everybody knows that one. Yeah, everybody knows that one. It's not even a
Sometimes
song.
the political in both Mexico and Argentina are the two places I can think of it. But sometimes they'll have, when there's politics, like when elections are coming up, they will just go on the back of a truck with the loud fucking speakers and just like, I don't even know what they're saying, but there's blab and they circle for like days, and you'll be on a call and it just comes by and it is so. And when you wake up, it's like 10 p.m. There's no stopping it. So I have definitely muted calls for that. I don't know if I have for a rooster or a goat.
Not a goat, no. People selling stuff, though, yelling, that's always avocado or water. It's like, or the corn, the elotes guy that has like the train horn thing going with the steam coming out. That's really fucking annoying. That's unnecessary.
I would say the call to prayer also in some of like Middle Eastern countries that can go off in the middle. It's
fireworks. Fireworks are annoying. Antigua, the fireworks, I wanted to kill them all day long. They're setting off these mortars.
You must. I vaguely
Oaxaca does the same thing too. It's just constant barrage of fireworks. It's like, God damn, it sounds like gunshots on a call.
Yeah.
Stop.
There's some different sirens in Europe. There were like different noises, all sorts. So yeah, that's, you got the norm.
You just
but
deal with it.
I like that because I just heard your rooster too. But with that, these are the last of the questions for today. We've got some more, but we'll spare you for the moment. So let us know. I guess maybe comment here on the episode. If you're listening on Spotify, you can comment on each podcast. So if you liked these types of questions, let us know. If you have any specific questions you'd like us to answer on future episodes, feel free to write us in hello@beachcommute.com. We really do share these episodes for questions that you ask. Sometimes if it's not a quick response to your email, we will do a whole podcast episode about it. You get more detail than you ever think you wanted to know. But we love hearing. If you want to leave a review, we love that. A little 5-star wherever you're listening is super helpful to help more people find the podcast, and that way we can keep this information coming for you. What else, Jeff? beachcommute.com/email if you want remote job listings sent to you. Did I forget anything?
The Anywhere Atlas database of fully remote work from anywhere companies that we've reviewed and scored and linked to their careers pages, and we update every 2 weeks for whether or not they're currently hiring. You can find that at beachcommute.com/Atlas. Other than that, I think that's everything.
All right, with that, we will see you next week.